Okay. Well, you know who also, I don't know, is the best at flipping burgers?
We go from executive producers and freeing your mind from corporate media to the robots.
To the robot takeover.
Flippy update.
Do you want fries with that?
Well, Gonz, it's time for the Flippy update. Flippy is our colloquial name for the disembodied robot arms that are taking our jobs, enslaving our children, and flirting with our spouses. We use talking about Flippy as a way to explore all the new, fun, and exciting ways that robots are taking over the world, and just how there's nothing we can do about it. Today, Gonz, it's a Flippy fiesta.
Ooh.
Because we're heading on over to TechCrunch.com, and the headline is Flippy. Meet Chippy, Chipotle's new tortilla chip cooking robot arm. I love that they are like calling out Flippy.
I know.
I don't think
as if he has a chip on his shoulder.
Oh, very good. You know, and look, I'm very proud of the Canary Cry the Canary Cry-averse for being early on the Flippy train. We have a complicated love-hate relationship with Flippy, but like I'm starting to kind of, I don't know, get when news articles, news outlets, they talk about Flippy, I'm like, hey, that's our guy, okay? You leave Flippy, go find your own robot to talk about. Flippy's ours. That's loves
true.
Us, okay?
I think Flippy proper has been in headlines and in news more recently. Yeah, definitely.
Right. This phase in history has more official Flippy reporting than there has been since like 2015 or 16 when these people first came out.
If they're doing their research, these authors, if they're doing their research on Flippy, like word searches and whatever, they would probably come across our material from like 2017 or something.
You have to.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. Flippy, meet Chippy. Oh, Chippy. Flippy's got another rival, folks. The lineup of rivals keep growing. From the company that gave you Flippy, the hamburger cooking robot arm, comes Chippy, which does the same for tortilla chips. Miso Robotics today announced that it has teamed with fast casual Mexican restaurant chain Chipotle to develop a system designed to deep fry and season chips. Not too much of a stretch, really, after Flippy 2 figured out how to make French fries for White Castle last year.
Oh, I like how they put that. They're building the mythology there, you know? It's very interesting. They're like, oh yeah, Flippy 2 was it'll go down in the history books as Flippy 2.
The whole Flippy family, you know. The new robot AI system is currently being tested at the chain's Cultivate Center food laboratory in Orange County.
Ooh. That's my neck of the woods. I should probably
stop
go
in, get some chips,
look for
get some chippies.
Yeah.
It expects to start testing Southern California restaurants at some point later this year, like the Flippy rollout before it. The Chippy maker will be using the testing period to determine what works and what doesn't for employees and customers alike. In addition to dipping the basket into a vat of hot oil, the system is also designed to season the chips with salt and lime juice.
Ooh.
Chipotle says a little chaos is a key to adding some humanity back into the system, which is hilarious. You don't they just took the humanity out of the system, right, and they're immediately trying to put some humanity back in. It's like, guys, choose your side. Pick your side already, Chipotle. Quote, everyone loves finding a chip with a little more salt or an extra hint of lime, said Niviel Panthaki, vice president of culinary at Chipotle. Quote, to ensure we didn't lose the humanity behind our culinary experience, we trained Flippy extensively. Chippy, sorry. We trained Chippy extensively to ensure the output mirrored our current product, delivering some subtle variations in flavor that our guests expect. Chippy joins Flippy and Miso's soft drink dispenser, Sippy. Oh my gosh. Can Tippy, the serving robot, or Trippy, a weed concierge robot, be far behind? TechCrunch Lay off my turf, man.
You need to contact, who is this? What was the author's name? There's a
TechCrunch.
Brian Heater.
Brian Heater. I know you're listening to this, Brian. Step off, bro.
Let's take a look at Brian.
Me and my gang of Roombas will come looking for you. So that's the part that I wanted to point out in a serious note, which is the purposeful chaos that they are adding. There's another headline over on Restaurant Business online.com, which the headline reads, Chipotle is testing a robot to make perfectly imperfect chips, and is focusing again on the chaos, adding a little chaos. Within the software of the robot is the mistake protocol.
Right.
Which is not the first time we've seen this.
Yeah, it's
this
like
is
a mistake slash randomizer.
Yes, it's a major part of the social engineering of the robots. And I say the robots, but I mean specifically in this case, Chippy. And there was, I forget the other one, but that's part of the goal, is to make these robots more human, and you must insert imperfections into the robot's protocols in order for people to enjoy it. I mean, and they're not wrong. I mean, the Chipotle chips, which of course are delicious, you love that one weird crunchy, semi-soggy chip that has way too much salt and way too much lime. Just reminds you that there's a human behind the counter just trying their best, man. Of course, now we need to get all humans out of the kitchen, but we need to trick our guests into thinking that some human made a mistake and made this delicious little flavor bomb.
It's very Wizard of Oz. It's like behind the curtain, you can't even tell if it's a human or a machine.
Yeah,
or at least that's what they're trying to go for. I mean,
it's at least using the same philosophy.
Yeah,
and so there you go. I mean, and it is miso, so it is an official brother. Chippy is in the Flippy family of products, so I guess we're cool with Chippy. It's like when you have like a good buddy and his little brother tags along. You're like, okay, all right, that's fine, but you're really just there to hang out with your friend.
Do we need a trademark like Clippy or something for our clip producers?
I think Microsoft might have a problem if we trademark Clippy.
Shoot, I forgot about the little annoying paper clip.
The worst of the robots meant to help us out. But again, the macro picture being, even though the robots are being introduced to perfect our systems and our products as a cheap alternative to human labor, we must put flies in the ointment as far as the programming goes in order to make them an acceptable substitute to a regularly inconsistent human. And such is the flavor of the dystopian robot future.
I wonder if as humans we would recognize the larger pattern, like we'll start to recognize like, hey, about
perfectly mathematically
about every 1,000 chips, you'll get that
you get
one
7 crazy chips per bag. This idea of programming the imperfection is a little scary when you start expanding that out to other robots. Think of like killbots, when the
not
robo
a clean
police
cut, make it look more human, make it look like a struggle.
Oh yeah, when our army of armed robot soldiers march into, I don't know, probably just some country whose oil we want, there's a little bit of friendly fire like programmed into the robots. One in every 1,000 shots fired by the robot are programmed to be friendly fire to take out one of their friends.
The other side of the argument is if you have a robot army that takes you out but then does all the stuff for you as like an honorable thing, cremates it, puts it in a box, cleans it up like a nice presentable, like, yes, we have taken over, but here is a nice memorial for you and your people.
Are we going to mourn the fallen bots?
No, the bots. Yeah, the bots will be doing all the work. As part of the takeover.
The bots will clean up afterwards.
Yeah, they'll clean up and they'll present to the losers of the battle there. The
They're
memorials.
Fallen soldiers.
Yeah,
that is so dark, Gonzo.
It is, but I mean that's what's
twisted.
happening with these robots. We talk about these robot takeovers enough, and you start conjuring things. Man,
part Roomba. Yeah, they're part Killbot, part Roomba. They'll come clean up afterwards.
They'll come clean up. There you go.
Bury the dead.
Okay,
yeah. All right. Well, there's your Flippy update for the day. I don't know how we went from Chippy, the delightfully imperfect Chipotle bot, to the battle bots presenting their dead back to their families.